Hi Cancer, my name is Gregory Scott and this is your astrology and tarot forecast for October 2014. Thank you for joining me in this forecast and having a look with me to see what's coming up for you. I am going to give you a rundown of the influences and then I'll draw a tarot card to give you an overall theme for the month. Now, I've mentioned this for the other signs, but the first thing that's happening really is on the 1st of October, the moon is in its first quarter. And on the 31st of October, it's in its first quarter again. And that's something that happens quite rarely. When it happens with a full moon, it's called a blue moon. And they don't have a name for it when it's a first quarter moon, but you could call it a half blue moon or a first quarter moon. It's a similar kind of phenomena, just the moon is in a different phase. And what this means is it's quite rare and it's quite special, and that this month is going to be quite rare and quite special for you, and that you're going to find something that's really meaningful and internal to you. Now, the first couple of days of this month for you are very much focused on family and work and relationships, and you're going to really rediscover some of your family relationships. There's a drive to pioneer new things at work, there's a lot of energy going on there. You're going to be really busy at the beginning of October, but make sure you make some time for family relationships because you're really in love with your family at the moment. They really just energize you, you feel very warmly towards them, and there's a real possibility to work at creating new, positive, good things in your family relationships. Mercury goes into retrograde on the 4th of the month, and that happens in your 5th house in Scorpio. Mercury retrograde is a phenomenon that happens 3 times a year. I've made a video on that. Have a look at it if you're interested in that as a separate occurrence, but it feels pretty similar each time. When it goes into retrograde, it means that communication becomes a bit more challenging, although you have to find alternative ways of getting your point across. Because it's in your 5th house, this is the area of romance and children, and especially communicating your feelings to your romantic partner or your children. You may have to look at alternate ways of getting that message across. The 8th of October is a full moon, and it's not just a full moon, it's a total lunar eclipse on the south node, and this is about letting go of something. It's letting go of the constant need to be first at work and to compete and to pioneer and to be the number one and to be the most clever and brilliant and innovative and always, number one on the sales board, all that stuff. You can focus on family too, and you can balance your life in a more reasonable way. You don't always need to be number one. It's like, you don't need to do that all the time. And that's what you're able to let go of this month. You can kind of just go, okay, I'm number 3 on the leaderboard, that's fine. And I get to spend some time with family, and you don't have to have a crisis about that. So that's a nice thing, that's a lifelong lesson, and that's something that's going to serve you, so hang on to that lesson. The 9th and 10th are really wonderful because they're going to highlight and emphasize that lesson even more, because you're going to have some real good luck in terms of your finances. You're going to have something come in between the 9th and the 10th, and your daily routine is going to look a lot better. So if you get the afternoon off, or if you're able to work from home that day, it's going to look much more relaxed, and it just kind of opens your mind and your perspective to work doesn't have to be 60, 70 hour weeks every week, and you can have some time for yourself too. Mercury goes into Libra on the 11th of October, and this heightens your family connection even more. You're going to get on really well with your family this month, so I would spend as much time with them as possible. The theme changes on the 13th, and you become very aware of the spiritual connection that you have with your family members. On a everyday level, on a very mundane level, that could be like, I feel really like I get on with my mother, or I get on with my sister or my brother. I feel like we're cut from the same cloth. I feel a soul connection with these people. On a deeper level, it could be that you get information about past life connections that you have had with these people. But that realization and that family connection really makes you feel better about yourself as the month goes on. And by the time the 15th comes around, you're going to feel super, super close with your family. And you're also going to feel very comfortable in your own skin and about who you are and what your place is within the family. The next week is really a continuation of that theme. Money and your daily routine are going to be very have a life of their own. They're going to grow and burn very brightly by themselves, and that gives you time to just spend even more time with your family. It's really family month for you. I mean, October is a lot about community anyway. You've got Halloween, you've got people trick-or-treating in the neighborhood, you've got, you know, people reaching out to people that they wouldn't usually reach out to, and you're really embodying this by the love and the communication and the warmth you feel towards your family. On the 23rd of the month, there's a partial solar eclipse. That's in the north node of the moon. And these solar eclipses have to do with the world at large, and they relate to the government and people in power. Libra is the sign of justice, fairness, peace, positive communication, harmony, beauty. And please join me in my prayers that the governments this month, on the 23rd of October, find a way to create more peace in the world. There are one of the UN members, there's a quote, I don't know who said it, but he said, you know, there's peace is breaking out all over the planet, and that's very true. But there have been a lot of conflicts in the world this year. So hopefully that eases off. Okay, 24th of October, Venus goes into Scorpio. And this changes the focus a little bit, because now romance becomes a theme in your life and you start to want to express your feelings romantically. Mars also moves into Capricorn, into your 7th house of relationship and romance. So relationships start to become a theme by the end of the month. So the 26th of the month until the 31st of October, you're going to want to be in a relationship if you're single. And it's a great time to go out to meet people. If you meet people going out, like to nightclubs or bars or whatever, that's fine. You can approach people, people will approach you. If you prefer the online dating side of things, you can do that. You can go traveling, which will be a wonderful way to meet people. But I don't get any work connections romantically. I don't see you meeting someone at work. But I see you having fun, like maybe going to like a theme park even, you could meet someone. But it's fun, travel, expansiveness, and doing something for yourself. That's how you're going to meet someone. And you're going to be really focused on creating that. And with the energy that's going on in your 7th house, I really see a new life, so a new relationship blossoming for you at the end of this month. I'm going to draw a tarot card for you now to give you an overall theme here. Okay, and I've got the Seven of Pentacles. And what that means is work is going to move along by itself. You don't need to apply yourself this much this month. And I'm sure if you're an employer, or if your boss is watching this, he or she won't be that thrilled to hear this. But you're going to be doing a good job, even if work isn't of paramount importance to you this month. And the paramount importance to you this month is family. And you're going to do well financially, and you'll be surprised at actually how well you do, despite work not being number one. So that's a great lesson. You don't always need to work yourself to the bone to be successful financially and in your career. You don't. You know, there are other things to life, and you can also do a good job if you're not, you know, having sleepless nights and working yourself to the bone. It doesn't have to be that way. So review some of the things, look at how work goes, how well it can go if you're not driving yourself crazy about it, if you're just allowing it to flow at times. So have a wonderful month. If you'd like to have a private reading with me, please get in touch via the website. It's gregoryscott.co.uk. You can send me an email. The address is readings@gregoryscott.co.uk, or you can find me on Facebook, facebook.com/GregoryScott444. Have a wonderful month, and I'll speak to you soon.